It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. This is Tyrone Lowe. I'm your host. This is another T-Low Video Productions. In the house we have today, we have What's Up Superstar Entertainment Recordings. My guest today is Cassio Ware. We have LEWRENCE Smith. We have KISCHA Link. And we have DAWANA Chandler. Welcome to my show, The Legends. Cassio, you know, it's like an honor, man. I mean, really, to have you in the house, you know.
It's good to be here, bro.
I've followed you for years, and you are awesome.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your music, the 33 tracks you have out. I mean, really, it's epic. Let's just talk about the beginning. How'd you get started? How did you get started?
In church. Long story short, my father, a bishop. There was nobody on the piano. I was taking classical piano at the time, and I was playing by ear also. And I happened to start playing around before the service started, and they started singing. And long story short, he was like, "Stay there." And after that, that was it. You know, I was playing by ear and started hearing stuff and creating my own little rhythms to the gospel songs. And Cassio was born.
So, like, you was actually a performer before you actually came out as a producer, am I correct?
No, actually producing first.
Okay.
Jomanda Trio,
Okay.
and a few other artists back in the day with backroom music production. Shout out to Dwayne Spin Richardson, Derek Jenkins, and the entire Jomanda crew. Okay. That was my Raw Dog family, you know, back in the day.
So, Lawrence, let's talk about you. What role do you play in the entertainment industry as far as Cassio Ware?
Well, I started out as Cassio's dancer.
Okay.
We was introduced by our mutual friend David Spanky Slate and David Camacho. So that's how me and Cassio originally met. Mm-hmm. And then he would be at HB Studio laying down tracks.
Right.
And so Dave said, "Lawrence, this is Cassio. Cassio's Lawrence. You're like, Cassio, Lawrence is a dancer. You should let him dance." So it all started there.
Okay.
It all started with dancing. That's how we met. We would go to the club, hang out, and a lot of people don't know it. May not have seen it. At one time, Cassio was one of the best dancers on the house scene.
Okay.
I mean, we used to go everywhere, Shelter, any party that was going on, we was there.
Okay.
And that's how I started out dancing for him. And then he started asking me to do more things for him, help him organize different events that he was going to be at, and I made sure that he was always on point. Like, Cash, you know, you got this show coming.
Right.
We got to get this done. So then he just asked me like to start being the road manager.
Okay.
And
Especially those pool parties.
yeah.
Okay.
I forgot.
All right.
I forgot about the pool parties.
Okay, let's talk about that.
The pool parties was like ridiculous. You know, Camacho's playing at the pool party, so we had a little bit of everybody coming to the pool party, and the music was crazy. Women was loving the water. You couldn't get the guys in the water though. You know, guys had to
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that,
Yeah,
right?
we didn't know what was up with that.
Okay.
But the ladies would get in the water, but the guys, you know, they had to stay cool. You know,
Flex.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
they were afraid of fishing.
It could be that. It could be that. But the parties, man, was legendary.
Okay.
I mean, like, we look forward to the party. Everybody looked forward to the pool parties. They loved the pool party, cause you know that's when the house was like really taking off.
Okay.
And you had the Jersey sound with the house scene. Like, a lot of time they talk about Chicago house, New York house, But you got to remember the Jersey house was right there.
Right.
And Jersey was always very vocal. They had to have vocals.
Right.
You know. So you got it. You had to sing to us. You know, you could play some instrumentals here and there, but you got to give us some vocals. So Jersey plays a big part in the house scene. They don't get a lot of pub like a lot of the other places does. You know, but Jersey a major part of what we call house now.
I remember when I first went to Jersey to party, man, Zanzibar. Tony Humphries.
Tony Humphrey.
You know, I used to carry his crates
Yeah.
before I even started because he grew up in East New York. And when I came down to Zanzibar, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody talked about it, and then everybody was there.
Yeah.
You know, so KISCHA Link. Let's
How
talk
are
about
you?
you. Now you've been here before.
I
so everybody
have.
knows your story.
Yes.
So let's talk about your new single on Cassio's production.
It's called Just Like That. It's spoken word.
Okay.
You know, people always know me as being like a recording artist, but I'm doing, you know, stepping into a new genre called spoken word.
And how do you feel about it?
I like it. At first, I was like, I don't know, Cassio.
Because actually, we talked about it yesterday. You know, you actually coming out your comfort zone and actually doing spoken words. I think it's epic. I
Thank
think
you.
personally it'll do a lot for your career.
I
You
think
know,
so.
And, you know, the versatility. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it all. Am I right?
Pretty much.
Okay. DAWANA. Now, this lady has a voice on her. You know, when she sings, I think about Jocelyn Brown. I think about Lolita. You know, you're right in that capacity. So let's talk about how you got started in the industry.
Well, I've been singing for quite some time now.
Okay.
Mostly in the R&B, soul genre. I've fronted quite a few bands. I'm currently in a band as well. And at this stage of my life, I said I wanted to dive into the genre of house music. So I started hitting up a couple of producers, a couple of different people, didn't really get that much of a response. And I inboxed Cassio one day on Facebook, and he gave me a shot. And that's how we wound up coming together and collaborating on the upcoming projects. And he put me on his album with the track Watching You. So it was written by him and everything. He asked me to come into the studio, lay down the track, and we just knocked it out. I was kind of hesitant because I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do this. At the time, I had allergies going on. So I was like, I don't know how it's going to sound. But we went in there. I was comfortable. He made me feel comfortable. And we knocked it out.
I got to interject. She came in and said she was hoarse. She opened her mouth. Me and Frankie were like, hoarse? Oh, you mean this isn't your best? Blown away.
I can imagine.
I'm locked. She's ours. We got her.
I seen that Linkin Park, man, and the first thing came into my mind is that commercial where the guys with the Bose speaker and the table's there, and he reaches his hands out, and the wind is just blowing. You know, I was like, wow. I was blown away. You know, I was like, wow, that's very, very, very special.
Yeah.
You know, your craft and your gift is very, and I believe it's going to take you a long way.
Thank you.
You know, so Cassio.
What's up?
Let's talk more about the tracks.
Right. You're asking me?
Yeah, let's talk more about it. You know, I mean, you gave away a lot, and you know, the tracks are right. I mean, the whole sequel is just phenomenal. You know, I even find myself, I'm going to be incorporating some of those tracks in my mixtapes as well.
I appreciate that.
You know, and I did a remix on one of them. Miss Matrix, which is going to be posted today on Mixcloud, which was aired in the UK last night. And I appreciate it because when you said that you was going to send me some tracks, I was like,
as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the acapella, which I have in the Jeep.
Okay.
So before we leave,
I'll be glad to remix some of that.
Before I head back to Brick City, you got it.
All right.
What's up?
So, let's talk about your book. I Love and Women.
I Love Women. Love and Women. A book on short stories and poetry, you know, from real life experiences. It's the rough edition, being revised as we speak and coming out the full part 1 and part 2 on my birthday, October 15th, 2019. It starts off innocent and it goes into, you know, a little deep.
The Matrix.
The Matrix, exactly. So do not let your kids read this book.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Typical Cassio.
Okay.
Typical Cassio.
So Lawrence, how would you describe your relationship with Cassio?
Oh, our friendship is phenomenal. I mean, anytime he needs me, he know I'm there. Anything I need from him, he's there. I mean, it's like, what, 30 years strong now?
Stop telling my age, bro.
Oh, man, stop worrying about your age.
Yeah, it's like this.
Yeah, so it's...
I know New York. I love New York.
Okay.
But he knows every nook and cranny. So I'm like, yo, how we get here? Like, if there's a certain
Right.
spot, and he knows
I need to bring
exactly
him
what's
with me.
going on. if I'm somewhere performing and I'm flying back in, I could just hit him up, and he's like, yo, be over here. Or Spinner's playing over here. Little Ray got this going on, or
Yeah.
you name it. Anything that's popping, he know.
Okay.
You know, and we've been running since, like you said, back in the days of Camacho. You know, we're getting pulled over by the police. You know, driving wild, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So
well,
the same thing that was happening today was happening back in the day. So, and
Yeah.
we just turned up back then, and
Right.
we're turning up now.
So who influenced you as an artist to actually make you produce music?
As an artist, I mean, it was always there. My Uncle James, God bless,
Okay.
was playing all the classical jazz records and whatnot.
Okay.
The producer in me was always there, but I'm gonna give the credit to Paul Scott, B.O.P., because I'm not that singer that can hold those long notes and do the DAWANA Chandlers and the Kenny
Okay.
Bobians and
Okay.
the Cynthia Tuckers and, you know, and Barbara Tucker. And,
Right.
but I have this poetic little flow.
Okay.
And between Paul starting me off with like my poetry, he was like, no, you could turn that into a little song. And I'm like, that's not what I really do. But he birthed that with one of the projects we did. And then Blaze completed it, you know, and Baby Love was born.
Right.
And so it was like a poem type of flow that I always had because I was doing a lot of rapping. And so I kind of put a tone to it. And I didn't know that it was going to turn into Baby Love, which London and the rest of the world just grabbed. Next thing I know, I'm on a plane, you know, to London,
Okay.
Germany, Paris. I'm like, this little song? You know, and I promote hard for everybody else.
Right.
And the thing that happened, I was in Virginia State University and in Petersburg, shout out Virginia State. And the local radio stations, they really didn't play dance music. And I was promoting and pushing a lot of the music. And
Right.
then Baby Love got on the air and was like one of the main songs in the top 10, you know, regular radio.
Okay.
You know, so God bless, you know.
Okay.
And
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of secret about Cassio. As a kid, you know, instead of him doing his homework, he'd be writing poetry and, you know, and writing little songs and things of that nature. Can you talk about that?
yeah, I went to, you know, grammar school and even in college, I mean, Essex Catholic High School. The brothers, you know, we had brothers and they didn't play. And that's the time when they had the black sticks, and if you do something wrong, you hold out your hand and they
give
tear
it to
you
you,
up. Yeah. And you go home and they contact your parents and your parents go hard on you. I'm like, I'm hiding under the bed because my father at that time was bigger than I was. You know, you ain't doing your homework, picking up the bed and chasing me out.
Wow.
But my father was actually cool because he knew I had that talent.
Right.
So he's like, you got to just learn how to focus and do everything, you know, in order. You know, so I got in trouble for doing that.
Okay.
But it paid off, you know.
DAWANA, you have a powerful voice, and I'm loving it. You know, who influenced you to be a singer?
Well, most of my favorite singers include Phyllis Hyman, Rochelle Farrell, Patti LaBelle, Lolita Holloway, Martha Wash, Lettucey, and all the powerhouse singers.
Okay.
Shaka Khan as well.
Okay.
And Angela Winbush, and my all-time favorite, Allison Williams.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
What producers have you worked for through your whole career?
I used to work with Trifold Productions. That's when I started when I was a teenager. I worked with another producer, but I can't remember his last name. All I remember, his first name was Mark, and he made my first house music song.
Okay.
And then after that, I really didn't work with too many producers. I went into the band format.
Okay.
And I fronted a band down in D.C., Maryland. I lived down there for 6 years. And I was with the Rhythm Method Band. And currently I'm with the Skyline Show Band, and I front the band for that.
I mean, with your what I'm hearing from you, do you have a gospel background?
Actually, no.
Oh, wow, that's surprising.
A lot of people think
I would
do,
actually
but
thought
no.
so.
I actually grew up Jehovah's Witness,
Okay.
transitioned into Islam, and now I'm Christian.
That's a good
But I
thing.
sing in the church now. I sing for Grace Ministries of New Jersey in
Okay.
Irvington. So.
Well, Cassio, I like to borrow her, you know, in the studio if you
Nope.
don't mind.
Nope.
He said, nope, that's it.
I'm only kidding.
I know, I'm
You
joking.
know, but
I'm joking.
I'm very, very flattered, you know, with you guys coming to my show and giving it away. Kesha,
Yes.
what's your next project?
Probably do something else with Cassio, another spoken word. You know, I already know I do things with D Sharp.
Right.
And
D.
I also have someone else I'm working with, Blizzard Beats, Seth. He's from Africa, so I'm doing writing two songs currently now for that project.
It's funny that you mentioned Joe Flame because I just spoke to him yesterday.
Oh,
after we
yeah?
got off the phone.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to do a show here too.
Good.
Because I said, you have all your production here. We need to talk to the man behind the music.
Exactly.
You know, and he's like, well, you know, but he said, okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And stuff. Lawrence, what do you feel about the house music community? I mean, do you feel that it's together or it's just departed, integrated?
It's a little separate. It's not all together where it should be because we have so many things going on. And sad to say, it's like everybody's just out for themselves right now.
Right.
That's true.
You know,
There's no
and if they was to come together and work a little more with each other, I mean, house would be amazing.
can
I mean,
imagine.
it's amazing now,
Right.
but it would go to like level 10
Mm-hmm.
if they would just take the time to work together. Because as a dancer, you know, I get to see the DJ,
Right.
I get to see the artists, I get to see the promoters. So I get to see everybody what they're doing, and I get to see how this promoter is trying to cut this promoter over here with their event. This artist over here is performing, and then the person is like, well, why do they have so-and-so performing here when, you know, she just performed over there last week? So it's like, if the house scene could just come together, and it would be amazing. Because just think about it. Actually, hip-hop ran past house like nothing. And that's because they was a little tighter.
Right.
And it was a little more focused. They wasn't just a me.
Right.
You know. So if the house scene would have had that same attitude, it would have been phenomenal. But the thing is though, when I was like out of the country and their house events, I mean, like, it seemed like they have it more together than us. And we're the one that put this here. You
Right.
know? Even here in New York, when I went to Chosen Few, oh my goodness. So organized. So organized.
Okay.
And sometimes we're a little disorganized here.
So briefly from everyone, we need your contact information for your viewers. And so how can they contact you, Lawrence?
I'm on Facebook, Lawrence Smith Jr. I'm easy to find. All you gotta do is hit me up on Facebook and I'll respond.
Okay. Cassio, briefly.
I'm the CASSIO. For real, Instagram at Ware, Ware, Cassio, CASSIO, and Facebook, just type in my name, CASSIO,
Okay.
WARE.
Kesha.
Mine is on IG, which is Instagram, is KissBaby5. So Kiss is KISSS Baby 5 on IG. Facebook is just Kisha Link. My fan page is just Kisha Link. Then I also have Kisha Link, Kiss Baby 5 Entertainment.
Okay. DAWANA?
My Facebook page is under DAWANA Chandler, and my IG page is Queen Glamour _Chandler. Music page is forthcoming.
I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being on my show, and I hope you viewers got a lot out of this. Cassio Ware is like epic. I guess you can get his songs. Well, you can get his songs almost everywhere. You know, he has an album out right now, and it's like 33 tracks of bombing music.
It's called My Grandmother Told Me.
Right. And,
she's 100 years old.
And that's beautiful.
Yes.
You know, get out there and support him. This is Tyrone Lowe. I am your host for T Lowe Video Productions, and I want to thank you all for tuning in, and have a nice day.
Hey baby, you know, you just drive me wild. Looking so fine, I can't keep my eyes off you. With that pretty smile and that warm brown skin, those strong hands that knows how to handle.
I love watching you. You're so fine. And I love you. You're my vintage wine. I love you. You're so good to me. You give me the world. You keep me happy. With you, the world I will explore. With you, I want it to be forever. I love watching you. You mean the world to me. I love watching you. You're my fantasy.
You're my fantasy, baby.
Watching you. I love watching you. I love watching you. I'm so glad you're mine. Watching you. Watching you. I'm so glad you're mine. Watching you.
I'm so glad.
You're the sun that erases my rainy days. You're my angel that takes all my pain away.
Pain reliever.
I waited patiently for you. I loved you before we even met. God gave me a blessing when He sent you to me.
Gift from God.
And I'm forever grateful. Had to get down on my knees and thank Him for this love called you.
Such a blessing.
That's why I can't stop watching you. Can't stop watching you. Can't take my eyes off you.
I'm so glad.
Everything you do, I'll be watching you.
Just like that, just like that, I see your reflection in the mirror of my mind. My thoughts are lost, they're suspended in time. I'm always thinking about you. I want to make love to you. I find myself waiting for you too. My imagination plays a love game, and I start to dream of you. Wherever I go, whether you're near or far, when I turn around, there you are. You've captivated my soul with your elegance. The eyes, the smile, the total presence. My fantasy is to make this dream reality. To love you, to make love to you forever. This will make the life I live a heavenly bliss. I want you right here, right now. I don't care who's watching. They might just learn something. I love the way you walk and your seductive, dirty talk. You turn me on every time I see you. I make it up all the time. In my dreams, I call you out and you say something here. Stop in front of me and kneel down on your knees. Give me that real thing. I want you now. Put your arms around me and whisper those sweet, dirty things in my ear. Give me a soft kiss on my left cheek. Just like that. Tightly wrap your legs on mine. Now touch me anywhere you want to. I dare you. I want you to. Look me directly in my eyes. I'm on a erotic high. Can I taste your apple pie? Take off your clothes and leave on your Timberlands. Put your lips on mine. Take off your clothes and leave on your Timberlands. Reflection in the mirror of my mind. Just like that, 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 just like that.
I want to thank my guests on my show, The Legends. I want to thank you all for coming through for me. Lawrence Smith, Cassio Ware, DAWANA, and Kesha Link. Thank you all for being on my show, The Legends. Thank you. Thank you.
DJ Tyrone Lowe.